What is up, guys? It is Sunday the 11th of September, but as we're recording this, it's actually the 9th, because we're here in Borjomi TV Studios, which is really great of them to let us in here to do some filming, but most importantly, this is your tech news roundup.
Cue the Snappy-Tech logo.
Yeah, Snappy-Tech intro.
So, George, what has been happening this week in tech?
That is a good question. Thanks for asking, Amy. First up, Apple announced their new mobile device.
In a strange twist of events, they've called it the iPhone 7.
That is unbelievable. Is that to say that the previous one was not called the iPhone 6?
No, it's called the iPhone 6S.
That is amazing.
Amazing.
So they went from number to number and letter to higher number.
This is a completely revolutionary idea. Apple has never done this before. It took a lot of courage.
On the subject of courage, the iPhone 7, as expected, didn't have a headphone port, which Tim Cook put down to...
courage.
Yes, that is correct. Instead, the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus will come with a lightning to headphone jack adapter for those people who don't really like charging their phone and listening to music at the same time. The iPhone 7 instead comes with a W1 chip, which is a new wireless standard that is only currently available for the new AirPods, a $160 alternative to the actual AirPods, like, the ones that come with the phone, yeah, like that. Just wireless and $160. Those will come with a plastic case which has a battery built in, allowing for 24 hours of playtime overall. The W1 chip is completely proprietary to Apple, meaning that the only companies currently who have access are Apple, as you'd expect, let's be honest here, and Beats, who released a new version of their wireless headphones that works with the W1 chip. It is to be noted, though, that we're not sure whether or not these headphones also have Bluetooth built in, meaning if you do buy a pair of AirPods, that we're not actually sure it will work with anything apart from your iPhone 7 or 7 Plus. The one fun thing, though, is that they seem to constantly compare it with the original iPhone. But the way they benchmarked the GPU was what I found really interesting. They had this game, I can't remember what it was, and basically what they did is they showed how many flying monkeys they could render at a time. You see, the iPhone 6S could only manage 321, whereas the iPhone 7/7 Plus with its A10 Fusion GPU CPU thing could manage over 400 flying monkeys.
To be honest, I think that's a genuine improvement. Like, I want more than 400 flying monkeys on my screen at all times. I think that is a genuinely good improvement. Well done, Apple, on the increase in flying monkeys.
There you go, you heard it here first. Flying monkeys are a good thing.
They are. What's wrong with flying monkeys?
Apple also announced the Apple Watch Series 2, which is water resistant for up to 50 meters and now comes in, wait for it, ceramic. The other thing it features is built-in GPS, which is great for any fitness freaks who were really sad that the original Apple Watch, now called the Apple Watch Series 1, didn't contain built-in GPS. If you own an original Apple Watch, you can actually get it upgraded for free to go from the Apple Watch to the Apple Watch Series 1, which contains the same dual-core processor as the Series 2 Apple Watch. Outside of that, it's more or less the same. There are minor improvements here and there, but nothing revolutionary. The design is essentially the same, and the thing that caught most people off guard is that they didn't show off the gold version, like the 15 grand version of the watch that you could buy with the original Apple Watch. They didn't have any of those. On the subject of design, the iPhone 7 has changed very slightly, but extremely noticeably, in two ways. First of all, they got rid of those antenna lines on the back. As well as that, you'll notice the significantly uglier looking camera. Now, with the iPhone 6S and 6S Plus, there was a minor improvement in the sense that you got optical image stabilization. But if you got the Plus model, but there's an even bigger one between the 7 and the 7 Plus, as although the 7 now has optical image stabilization built in, the 7 Plus has two cameras. The use of a wide-angle lens and the use of a sort of narrow lens means that you get two distinct points of view and you get depth information, allowing for things like better bokeh. Though a dual lens is cool, it's something that I think could have been implemented slightly better. It's something that you'll need the actual device to be able to test though. So wait and find out, I guess. Pre-orders start today as we're filming this, or 2 days ago as you're watching this, on the 9th, and you can actually order them, or they'll be shipped out on the 16th, which is next Friday. In other news, LG announced their new phone, the LG V20. The reason it's interesting isn't because it's an Android phone, it's because it's the first Android that will ship with Nougat pre-installed. The reason this is interesting is because Google tend to make sure it's the Nexus phones that release the new version of Android along with them, and no one's quite sure why it's LG doing it this year. It's not like Google aren't making their own phones, with the new Nexus phones expected to be announced soon, although they're also expected to be rebranded to Pixel phones instead of Nexus phones. But the fact that you can get it on the Nexus devices currently via OTA, but it comes pre-installed with an LG device before a Google device, is new territory for Google. Personally, I think the hope is that they kind of diversify the Android marketplace. It's very fractured currently, with loads of different phones running different versions of Android, and if they let different manufacturers get in ahead, then maybe the plan is that it gets kind of a bit more consolidated. Hardware-wise, it's very generic Android with a 16 megapixel rear camera, a Snapdragon 820, and 4 gigabytes of memory. The display matches the Note 7 with 5.7 inches of 1440p, and the 3200 mAh battery is removable, even though the back of the phone is metal. Around back, it has dual cameras, much like the LG G5, and it has a fingerprint scanner in the same rear-based location. And sure, one DAC would be great, but LG went screw it and included 4 to provide a premium audio listening experience, and guess what guys, it has an audio jack. Finally, while we're talking about headphone jacks, Motorola released the Moto Z in the UK today, or today as I'm recording this as opposed to when you're watching this. For £500 you can get the Moto Z, which is the thinnest premium smartphone, mostly because it doesn't have much of a back. Instead you attach Moto mods, for which you can get like Bang & Olufsen speakers if you want loud audio, or an extra battery pack if you want more battery life, or even a Pico projector. The Moto Z is the first premium Android phone to come without a headphone jack, so it was a good sort of toes in the water kind of deal. And when they realized that no one was buying them, Motorola then released the Moto Z Force, which is their like really rugged one, which does have a headphone jack. Surprise, surprise. The Moto Z also has a USB Type-C connector, which comes with another adapter. You're gonna have so many adapters in like 2 years' time for like absolutely everything. It's gonna be great. Are you excited? With the USB Type-C connector, you can get the adapter and plug in your headphones into that, but again, you can't charge and listen to music at the same time, because why would you want to do that? That is more or less it in tech news, unless you have a Note 7, in which case, if you haven't returned it yet, you should, because they're bloody blowing up. And in a quick bit of Raspberry Pi news, they hit over 10 million sales, which is great for a £30 computer, right? It's like credit card sized. I have one, have you seen it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like credit card size, you plug it into a screen, and it's great for teaching kids how to code. Anyway guys, if you're feeling courageous, make sure to hit like. If this video wasn't quite for you though, I'm not sure why you're still here. However, hear me out, you can click up here to see the previous video, or you can click up where Amy is, roughly, to see a random video I haven't picked yet. It could be absolutely anything in the Snappy-Tech library.
And if you're feeling revolutionary, hit the subscribe button.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.